Hi, you are tuned into another episode of the Business in Shape with Leela podcast. I'm your host Leela, your business magical genie, an online business manager here to grant your operational wishes with systems, processes, and automation hacks that will optimize your workflows, making your coaching business more efficient and saving you hours of time you spend inside your business. Hi, welcome back to Business in Shape with Leela podcast. I am so excited to be here with you today. And from past 4 years as an online business manager for coaches, I have seen firsthand how the right planning can transform a business. So today we are going to dive deep into the same topic that I believe will make a huge difference in your coaching business, which is nothing but planning and prioritizing your quarters. Can you believe we are already stepping into Q3 of 2024 in just 2 3 days? I don't know about you, but for me, it feels like the first half of the year had flown by in the blink of an eye. So it's moments like these that really highlight the importance of effective quarterly planning. Whether you feel like you're right on the track with your yearly goals or you're wondering where the whole time went, this episode is going to give you the tools to make the most of the remaining 6 months of the year. So let's make sure we are set up for success as we head into this new quarter. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Planning, prioritizing, Leela, that sounds like a lot of work. But stick with me till the end of the episode because I promise this approach will save you time, reduce stress, and help you achieve your goals faster than ever you thought possible. Because this is a tried and tested approach with all of my clients, and every one of them got results. So, first, let's start by talking about why quarterly planning is important and so powerful. You see, when we set yearly goals, we will be very excited to set the yearly goals, right? But they often feel too big and too far away because we are going to set for the whole year, right? So it's like looking at the top of the mountain from the bottom. So it can feel very overwhelming and impossible at times. But when we break that big goal down into 90-day chunks, suddenly it becomes much more manageable. It's like focusing on climbing to the next base camp instead of worrying about reaching the final peak, the summit, all at once. So, the next question you might be thinking is why 90 days? Well, it's the perfect balance. It's long enough to make a real progress, but short enough to keep you focused and motivated. So, think about it. In 90 days, you can create a new program, you can create a membership, you can launch a marketing campaign, or completely revamp your client onboarding process. But at the same time, it's not so long that you lose the sight of your goal or get distracted by new ideas. You get the point, right? So now let me break this whole quarter planning process down into three simple steps, just three. First one, discover your goals. And second one, plan. And third one, work that plan. So easy peasy, right? But I know it's easier said than done. So let's start with discovering your goals first. So we all start the year with these big, ambitious goals like I'm going to sign 50 new clients this year, or I'm launching that dream group program, something like this. So, this is where you need to get really clear on what you want to achieve in this whole year or in this quarter, because we are talking about the quarter planning, right? But here is a key thing, don't just think about what you want to do, you also think about why you want to do it. For example, let's say from the one of the goals that I just mentioned, you want to launch a new group coaching program. That's great. But why? Why do you want to launch this new group coaching program? Is it because you want to reach more people? Or is it because you want to increase your revenue without working more hours? So, understanding your why will help you stay motivated when things get tough. So, once you have your main goal, it is time to break it down into smaller, specific objectives or chunks. If we stick with our group coaching program example only, then your objectives might be something like developing the program curriculum and then creating the marketing materials and then setting up the tech and systems to deliver this program and enrolling the participants. right? So are you seeing how breaking it down makes it feel more manageable already? Now that we have our goals, we have our objectives, so it's time to move on to step number two, which is creating your plan. In my experience, I see this is where a lot of people get stuck. They have their goals, but they are not sure how to actually make them happen. That is where the power of reverse engineering comes in. I love this approach. It always worked for me and for my clients, so I'm sure it works for you also. So start at the end. When I say reverse engineering, you have to always start from the end, your completed goal, and then work backwards. So, what needs to happen just before you reach your goal, and before that, and before that? So, keep working backwards until you get to where you are now. That is how the reverse engineering works. So, let me give the example. Let's go back to our group coaching program example. So, when you're working backwards on this particular goal, it might look something like so we are taking 90 days, and then I'm talking in terms of the weeks now. So let's take 12 weeks. Now the end goal, which is week number 12, is launching your program, right? So now let's start working backwards. So week 11, final marketing promotion, right? And week 10, it can be you are opening enrollments. And week 8 and 9, maybe, will be something like where you are running your marketing campaigns aggressively, promoting your coaching program. And week 6 and 7 is something like where you are creating the materials for your promotions, like graphics, captions, newsletters, everything. And then fourth week and fifth week, another backward, is something where you are setting up the systems and tech that is required for delivering your program, right? And week 1 and 2 and 3 can be something like where you are developing the program curriculum, where you are recording your lessons, and then where you are editing your videos, and then keeping all the program related resources ready. Now you have a roadmap for your entire quarter. But we are not done yet. If you can, I would highly recommend to go to the next step, that is to break these weekly goals down into daily tasks as well. Because this is where the rubber meets the road, as they say. So these are the actual actionable steps you will take each day to move closer to your goal. For example, if your goal for the week is to develop your program curriculum, your daily task will be something like Monday, you will sit down and then start outlining the main topics for your program. And Tuesday, you will start developing the content for module one. You will be breaking down them into lessons and then writing the script for the lessons or the bullet points, however, the way you work for your coaching programs. And then Wednesday, you will be start recording the content and also create the worksheets that are required for this whole module. And then Thursday, you are developing the content for this next module, module number 2. And Friday, you are going to record it and then create the worksheets that are required for module 2. So are you seeing how specific these are? That is the key. The more specific your task, the easier they are to complete. This is exactly how I work with my clients. Whenever they are coming up with a big idea in their head, I break them down into a detailed, actionable task so that we know what to focus on everyday basis. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. But Leela, what if something comes up? What if I can't stick to this exact plan? And that's a great point. Life happens, things change, and we need to be flexible, right? So that is why I recommend doing a weekly review and adjustment. Every Sunday, or whatever day that works for you, take a look at your plan for the upcoming week. Are all the tasks still relevant? Do you need to shuffle some things around? This weekly check in helps you stay on track while also allowing for flexibility. This is the exact reason why I meet my clients for weekly check-in call. If not on call, we catch up in the chat and make sure we are aligned with the whole week plan, past week, and then coming up week. Okay, so now we have discovered our goals, we created our plan. So what is the final step is to work your plan. And that is where many people stumble. They have a beautiful plan, but they struggle to actually follow through. So here are few strategies, tips that can help you, because these are the things that work for me and my clients. For some clients, it's all of these tips together. For some clients, one of the tips. Make sure you are trying and testing each strategy that I'm going to share in few minutes and see what works for you and adapt that. So the first strategy I have for you is it's a definitely must strategy is using a project management tool. So tools like Trello, Asana, or ClickUp, they can help you keep track of all your tasks and deadlines. Plus, there is something really satisfying about moving a task to the done column, right? Especially for me. So, if you're already not using any project management tool in your business, or if you're unsure whether the tool that you're using is the right one for you or not, I have a whole episode on how to choose the right project management tool for your business. So, go and check it out. You will have enough information there. So, the next strategy I have here to actually follow the plan is time blocking your calendar. So assign specific time slots for your task. So this will help you ensure you're making the time for the most important work that moves you towards your goals. Now, the third step is finding an accountability partner. So this could be a fellow coach or a mentor or someone like me who is an online business manager who will be a partner with you in your business or even a supportive friend. So regular check-ins can help you keep you motivated and on track, right? And the fourth strategy I have is you start celebrating your wins. Don't wait until you have reached your big goal to celebrate. Acknowledge and reward yourself for hitting those smaller milestones also along the way. And the fifth strategy I have is learn from your setbacks. It is quite common that you may miss your deadline. You may estimate your task wrongly, like a task takes longer than you expected. So don't beat yourself up. Instead, ask yourself what you can learn from this experience. So, how can you adjust your further plan going forward? So, remember the goal of this whole process is not perfection, it's progress. So, every step you take, no matter how small it is moving you closer to your goals. So, now I want to address something that I hear from a lot of coaches. They worry that all this planning will stifle their creativity and spontaneity. But I have found the opposite to be true. When you have a solid plan in place, it actually frees up mental space for creativity. So you're not constantly wondering what you should be doing next or worrying about dropping the ball on something important. Plus, having a plan does not mean you can't be flexible, right? So, if a great opportunity comes up that aligns with your goals, by all means, adjust your plan to accommodate it. The plan is there to guide you, not to constrain you. So, before we wrap up this episode, I want to share one last tip that I have found incredibly helpful to me and to my clients: the power of reflection. At the end of each quarter, take some time to look back on what you have accomplished in this whole quarter. What worked well, what didn't work as planned, what did you learn? This reflection not only helps you celebrate your progress, but it also provides an important insight for planning your next quarter. All right. So we have covered a lot of ground today. We talked about why quarterly planning is so powerful and important, and how to discover your goals, how to create your plan, and how to work your plan effectively. So I hope you're feeling inspired and ready to tackle your own quarterly planning. And as we do in every episode, now it's time for your activity. So here is what I want you to do. Take out a piece of paper or a notebook or a new document or notepad, whatever it is on your computer. Write down one big goal you want to achieve in the next 90 days. Remember, make it specific and meaningful to you. Just don't say that I want to be consistent on social media. That's not your goal. Getting 100 followers by end of this quarter or 500 followers by end of this quarter. That's how you have to be specific. And now break that goal down into three main objectives like we discussed. What are the major milestones you need to hit to achieve your goal? For example, if you take the followers goal only, so if you have taken 500 as your quarterly goal, then you would break it down into a couple of milestones like 100 and then 250 and then 500. Like this, you can do the major milestones, you can write down them. And then now for each of those objectives, Write down 3 specific tasks you can do in the next week to start making progress. And then finally, choose one of those tasks and schedule it in your calendar or project management tool integrated with your calendar right now. So make a commitment to yourself to complete that task. If you do this activity, you will have taken the first steps towards creating your own 90-day plan. And remember, if you need any help or have questions, you can always reach out to me on Instagram or in the podcast comments. So thanks so much for tuning into the Business in Shape with Leela podcast. Remember, a well-planned business is a successful business. So keep working on your plan, stay focused on your goals, and I know you will achieve amazing things. So until next time, stay motivated, stay organized, and keep your business in shape. And bye-bye.